Cilia Flores el 3 de enero. Shame. Y asesinaron 100 personas inocentes en el proceso. Ahora estamos aquí presenciando un falso juicio de estos líderes soberanos. Hoy exigimos que liberen Nicolás y Cilia. Free Nicolás y Cilia. Supuestamente los secuestramos porque traficaban con drogas, pero sabemos que esto no es cierto. Y tenemos un gusanos de mierda, que se pasan de verga, que se callen. Pero sabemos que esto no es cierto, y de hecho, recientemente Donald Trump perdonó a Juan Orlando Hernández, el expresidente de Honduras, quien fue demostrado culpable de tráfico de drogas. So what I said was, Trump recently pardoned the ex-president of Honduras, who was convicted in an international court of drug trafficking. So obviously it's not about drugs. So what is it about? What is this sham trial about? Entonces, si no lo hicimos por el tráfico de drogas, ¿por qué lo hicimos? Porque un país soberano quiere determinar su propio lado, su propio sistema político, sin la influencia imperialista de Estados Unidos. Por años los Estados Unidos han estado interfiriendo con elecciones y negocios en Venezuela, y sobre todo con el futuro, lo que debe estar en las manos de los venezolanos. The future of Venezuela should be in the hands of Venezuelans.
Y este negro que fue puta como que se enamoró mío. Ah, me vale vender un mal parido. A África lo voy a mandar si sigue grabando.
Hey, sir, you don't feel ashamed to be here to represent a criminal? No. How much they pay you? How much is worth to come here to say the Pro-Maduro? How much? How much? Huh? How much? How much is worth you to come here to represent a criminal? Well, you don't talk. You can talk. We are in a freedom country. Guess what? In my country, before the trial and radio, this was not allowed to nobody. And people still in jail just to say something about this area that you have in your hand up for the freedom. You don't know nothing about my country. And guess what? We love Donald Trump. We love Donald Trump so much for what he do to my country. That was the best thing. We went for 20 more years waiting for somebody to do something for us. Guess what? Donald Trump did it. He came and he take that idiot from my country. Let me tell you something. We are in Venezuela and we love Donald Trump. We love what he do to us. And we hope he complete what he promised he's going to do in my country. And then I don't want to see you. That guy over there with the red hat, he be in my country with Delcy. You get a little portion, maybe $50 a day. That guy is the guy who gets money. He get good money to bring you here to do this show. All right? All right? So you should feel shame to be here to defend a criminal. He is a criminal. You come here, socialism is a garbage. Socialism destroys a richest country like my country. I don't know why people like you think socialism can be better when they destroy everything that they touch.
In supporting American interests. Say shame.
We're gathered at the scene of a crime of this jail, a crime of these courts, a crime of kidnapping, a crime that is committed against the people of the U.S. and of Venezuela. This is a crime to steal Venezuela's oil. Will it succeed? No. The people of Venezuela have behind them the Bolivarian Revolution. And that is what will free and keep Venezuela free. Our confidence is in the people's communes, it's in the people's militias, it's in everything Venezuela has accomplished. They think that kidnapping the democratically elected President Maduro and the first deputy to the Assembly, Cilia Flores, will be the end of the Venezuelan movement. But the Venezuelan movement, the Bolivarian Revolution, is a couple of 100 years old. And it has been a force that they've never been able to uproot or to totally defeat. And today, that is the force, and it's part of a world movement. Everywhere, U.S. imperialism is under attack, and everywhere there is resistance. Those movements, they come together because they understand what's at stake. There is a looting going on. There is a crime against the whole people of the world. And every U.S. war doesn't bring liberation, it doesn't bring freedom, it brings another war, it brings more conquest. But now we see a real change that's happening globally. U.S. imperialism in West Asia, the Iranian Revolution is showing a real lesson. Those U.S. bases are not invulnerable, and the world is taking note. Now, what did the Bolivarian Revolution bring for the people of Venezuela? It brought free health care that had never existed before. It brought free education that had never existed before. It brought massive housing programs. Almost a third of the population that lived in cardboard barrios and shanty towns suddenly had new housing. And when there was an earthquake, what did the U.S. do? Nothing. They hold $30 billion of Venezuelans' assets, $30 billion, based on sanctions, based on years of withholding, and it's even more based on the oil extracts now. And they said, oh, we'll give $300 million. That's 1%. That's not even the interest rates of what they hold. So every way, that looting continues, even in the midst of an earthquake, even in the midst of hunger. The only solution that the U.S. seeks is more hunger. That's what sanctions are. Is destroy the water. That's what they want to do. It's destroy education. It's bomb hospitals. They have nothing to offer the people of the world. And how do they fund this? They take it from the hospitals and schools, from the health care right here. They take it from the lunch programs and the children's programs right here to fund endless war. So, as Workers' World Party, we are part of a world movement. It is a global movement of our class on the move everywhere against a monster that only is capable of war, of racism, of attacks. That's the only thing they're capable of. This courthouse here, it doesn't stand for justice. It stands for U.S. imperialist control. It should be torn down like the Bastille was torn down. That's the only solution for people of the whole world. The prisons, they're warehouses. The largest prison population in the world is right here, USA. So they make prisons around the world. They capture people around the world, including the democratically elected President Maduro and Cilia Flores, first deputy of the National Assembly, and bring them here, not for a trial, but to show their power. And what does it show instead? It shows they can't stop a process that's underway. That is the truth. And we will hold that truth. Everyone who's out here today, everyone around the country, there's a few sad forces that always want to support MAGA and Trump and racism and attacks on immigrants. We know them well, but they can't stop a people's movement here. They can't stop it around the world. They can't stop it in Iran or in Palestine. The people in Gaza say you can bomb, no surrender, no disarming. Even to this day, that's a kind of strength we identify with, the kind of resistance that is being built. And it's being built through unity, through our solidarity, through our common action, because a people united will never be defeated. Viva, viva Venezuela!
Viva, viva Venezuela!
Viva, viva Venezuela!
Viva, viva Venezuela!
Free President Maduro!
Free President Maduro!
Free Cilia Flores!
Free Cilia Flores!
And they will walk free. Of that we are sure.
Nelson Rockefeller showed off his 100,000-acre ranch in Venezuela, and he had another one that was 60,000 acres. That's more than the area of Manhattan. That's what we want to go back to, when Venezuela was another oil province for the Rockefeller dynasty. Nelson Rockefeller was the bloody butcher of the Attica prisoners. They told a big lie that the prisoners, the heroic hostages, the real hostages, had cut the throats of the prison guards, when it was actually the state police who did that. This is just like the lies that they're saying about the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. The Rockefeller dynasty has a whole list of crimes against working people, and the labor movement should step up and expose them. On April 20th, 1914, it was the Rockefellers who murdered women and children at Ludlow, Colorado during the coal mining strike. And the very next day, the U.S. Navy killed hundreds in Veracruz, Mexico, as they were intervening in the Mexican Revolution, just like they're trying to occupy Venezuela today. The labor movement should stand up, and say no to this imperialist banditry. We will free President Maduro and first combatant Torres. That's our task. That's what we will do. Long live the solidarity between working people of all countries. Thank you.
U.S. coup Ukraine to start a war against Russia. So we have to understand that what the U.S. is doing now to Nicolás Maduro, to Venezuela, it is part and parcel of what the U.S. government does. This is not new, this is not unique, and we have to oppose imperialism wherever it rears its ugly head, all right? And that includes Iran too. Please do not forget about Iran. Iran has also been resisting imperialism and colonialism, and on February 28th of this year, the U.S. assassinated the leader of the Islamic Revolution, Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei, and we have to also defend Iran's sovereignty as hard as we defend Venezuela's sovereignty. Are we in agreement with that? All right, so one last chant. This is my Iran chant. Hands off every nation. Close the strait, burn the bases. Hands off every nation.
The people of the world, and we say the people of the world must unite and stand together against U.S. imperialism, because as they say, a dying empire is the most vicious. They're the most reactionary. They're the most inhumane, as we are seeing currently in Venezuela, in Africa, in the Middle East, the so-called Middle East, as we see in Iran, as we see in Asia. Wherever this empire is, they are in trouble. They are dying, and so they will be more vicious. They will try more and more things that will incite, quote unquote, the enemy of them to rise up. And we say we have to be the force that resists this movement of imperialism, the movement of a consolidation of Western European and North American hegemony against the people of the world. We say fight on to Venezuela. We say fight on to the people of Cuba. We say fight on to the people of Zimbabwe. We say fight on to the people of the Sudan. We say fight on to the people of Iran and all revolutionaries who wish to get under and out of the yoke of imperialism and white supremacy. We say fight on to the Bolivarian Revolution, and the people united can never be defeated. Thank you very much.
The people united will never be defeated!
People united will never be defeated.
Kidnapping and baseless prosecution of President Nicolás Maduro and First Lady Cilia Flores. Say shame!
Shame!
We are a network of people making real change, people who are in the streets taking action. So 2 weeks ago, at our national conference, when we passed unanimously a resolution to free President Maduro and First Lady Flores, that is exactly what we mean to do. Here in New York and across the country, we are in the streets raising hell until President Maduro and First Lady Flores are freed and returned safely home to Venezuela. Today marks 200 days since the United States violated Venezuelan sovereignty and illegally kidnapped President Maduro and First Lady Flores, killing over 100 people in the process. Say shame!
Shame!
Today we protest outside of the sham trial, knowing that the real criminals are in the White House and on Wall Street. At hand is the battle between the U.S. imperialism and oppressed nations. The U.S. is endeavoring to bring Venezuela, Latin America, and the Middle East under its thumb, to bring to heel any nation that seeks to exercise self-determination over its own resources and to be free from U.S. exploitation.
That's
Well, we're not going to let them! From the belly of the beast, we are fighting back. Across the country, member organizations of the Anti-War Action Network are kicking war profiteers out of their cities. They are forcing their city councils to divest from Israel and the U.S. war machine. They are mobilizing in defense of Cuba and Venezuela. And here in New York and in Brooklyn, we are going to free Maduro and free Cilia. The people are the makers of history, and we stand at a historic moment. We know the tasks set before us. We will not forget. We will not get bored, and we will not move on. Every hearing, we will be here. And every weekend, we will be out in our communities, building the movement so that for the next court date, we come back bigger and stronger. It is not the will of the American people to invade foreign nations and capture their leaders, because it is not the American people who grow rich off their exploitation. Every day, more and more people across this country are real Wall Street. So Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, and every other blood-sucking warmonger have not set foot in Venezuela in 30 years should be quaking where they stand. First Lady Cilia Flores have done nothing wrong, and they will walk free. The sanctions on Venezuela will be lifted. The people will be victorious. Aquí, allá, el pueblo vencerá.
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 Aquí, allá,
el pueblo vencerá. Thank you. Give it up for our speakers. So today we're going to close our program and we're going to march united as a force that is standing in solidarity with President Maduro.
Charging $50 for being there 6-7 hours. It's right. It's right. Mira, ya se va.
¡Fuera! 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 ¡Fuera!
¡Se le acabó la plata! ¡Se le acabó!
Se acabó el presupuesto.
You guys can keep on walking around. No more money. You guys can go. ¡Se le acabó el presupuesto! ¡Fuera! 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 No more money. No more money. Money's in. Let's go. Let's go.
iba a calmar.
Free Flores, free her now. We want justice, you say how. Free Flores, free her now. We want justice, you say how. Free Maduro, free him now. We want justice, you say how. Free Flores, free her now.
Violation of international norms and
It's 200 days since the kidnapping of President Maduro and Cilia Flores. Shame. And our resistance, continuing from day one, has really made an impact in Venezuela. Now, next Tuesday is 150 days since the U.S. onslaught attack that killed Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and 50 members of the Iranian government. July 28th at Washington Square Park at 6 p.m. So everyone who's gathered here today for President Maduro and for a people's movement and the right to be free of U.S. imperialist domination, please join us also next Tuesday. It's nationally coordinated days with demonstrations across the U.S. and internationally. We don't forget these days. We don't forget their crimes. We stand up to every single one of them, and we build solidarity with every one of these struggles. We say, who has sent truckloads and tons of aid to Venezuela? It was not the U.S. Right. Even though they were there looting the oil, it was Iran. It was Cuban doctors. That's a people's movement that builds solidarity. So we're here today for Cuba, for Iran, and for Venezuela, and for linking and uniting these movements. And we'll see everyone next Tuesday, that's July 28th, at Washington Square Park at the Arch. Strong, determined, in solidarity, united.
From Venezuela to Palestine, occupation is a crime. Our attention, another connection, which is that we are ending here because this is where the protesters from the encampments were released after their arrests in 2023 and 2024. An encampment movement that swept across the country, that built the anti-war movement, the same anti-war movement that is now showing out across the country for Venezuela. So we're going to finish off, we're going to disperse, and I want to leave us with one final chant that I don't think we've done too much today. Alerta, alerta, alerta que camina. Alerta, alerta, alerta que camina. La espada de
La espada de Bolívar por América Latina.
¡Alerta! ¡Alerta! ¡Alerta que camina!
Alerta, alerta, alerta que camina.
¡La espada de Bolívar por América Latina!
La espada de Bolívar por América Latina.
¡Alerta! ¡Alerta! ¡Alerta que camina!
Alerta, alerta, alerta que camina.
¡La espada de Bolívar por América Latina!
La espada de Bolívar por América Latina.
All right, everyone give yourselves a hand, get home safe, and we'll see you all next time!
Bueno, mi opinión es la siguiente, que ojalá que todo siga su curso, como hasta el día de hoy, que la justicia norteamericana pueda concretar lo que la mayoría del pueblo venezolano deseamos, que este señor Nicolás Maduro sea enjuiciado por todos los cargos que se le competen, y que es parte de todo eso, del cártel de los soles y de todo aquello que nos ha perjudicado como nación, nos han destruido por 27 años, y que nosotros como venezolanos lo que deseamos es justicia, que la justicia norteamericana haga su papel como tiene que hacer y que sea juzgado por los delitos que se le imputan. Es triste cuando tú miras a tu familia que está sufriendo y está padeciendo por culpa de un régimen que solamente lo que ha llenado de miseria y de hambre a tu nación. Es culpable casi 8 millones de inmigrantes en el mundo, es culpable de tantas cosas irregulares que existen en nuestro país, que han tomado nuestro país para comercio de otras potencias de izquierda, y que hoy en día, pues, aunque el petróleo nunca ha sido del pueblo como tal venezolano, porque esperemos que en un futuro más allá podamos tener esos beneficios y podamos tener esa oportunidad de que nuestros recursos sean usados para nuestra gente y para nuestro pueblo. Confiando en Dios siempre, a veces decaídos, a veces tristes, pero Dios es el que nos da la fuerza. Bendiciones a todos.
Sube el petróleo.